If you have an opinion on the Panzer IIIM, just forget it, because I have a much better opinion for you in this video, regardless of whether you have the vehicle or not. We'll start by looking at ammo types. So, the only ammo type you're ever really going to use is the heat that can pen 100 mils of armor. Maybe you'll use the smoke shell, but you have smoke grenades, so it's not too relevant. So next, we'll test the armor. To test the armor, we'll put it up against rounds fired by something it would come up against in a full down tier, the M8 Scott, or as it's known in War Thunder, the M8 HMC. So, as you can see here, the 75mm heat is extremely ineffective against spaced armor. Almost every shot hit against it won't go through, except for maybe this one here, where the plates are quite close together, and you can see the round is rather effective if there's no spaced armor, but most of the vehicle is covered in the spaced armor. Again, on the back of the turret, there's no penetration. You can get hits through here, but it's only the commander. You're not going to destroy the tank by doing this. The tank can run away, repair, and be covered by friendlies, and then come back out to fight again. Now it's tested against something a little bit more formidable, a mill truck with a much more powerful gun. It doesn't fire heat rounds, so it should be more effective, and this isn't even a full up tier, this is only by 0.7. So, as you can see, this armor is just completely ineffective against these rounds, even from an angle. It goes straight through both plates, it kills everyone. You fire it there, you can stop it, but pure luck. Most of the tank isn't that thick, as you can see there. This is 500 meters, it's a long distance, so we'll test it against 1,000 meters. And guess what? It goes through both. It's useless. Even at an angle it's useless. And this is not even a full up tier, this is just by 0.7. So, let's take the vehicle out into a combat environment and see how it fares up. First enemy we come across, you can see here, we fire at him and his elevation mechanism eats the entire shot, then his driver eats the entire second shot, and we finish him off with the third shot. So the problem you can immediately see is that even though it has good penetration, good damage, all the damage can be eaten by modules. If we're into a vehicle with a lot of space, the damage can spread out, hit everything, but if it's right next to a module, it'll take up most of the shrapnel created by the shell, making it really ineffective. You can actually see pretty well with this shot here exactly what I mean. As I fire to the side of him, you can see that half of the shrapnel gets eaten by the turret ring, but the bottom has nothing to eat the shrapnel and it blows down and kills everyone below. So as long as you try to hit parts of a vehicle that doesn't have any module or anything like that, should kill them in 1, maybe 2 shots, as long as you know you're aiming and trying to hit the crew or maybe the ammo. The ammo, of course, could just eat the shot entirely and not explode. It's a bit of a gamble firing ammo intentionally, especially with ammunition types like this. It's also worth noting it does fire heat rounds, so you should familiarise yourself with the different types of things you can and can't fire through. Some things in the game you can fire through, like certain types of fences, not all of them, but you know, some of them. However, you can't fire through things like trees, these posts that are holding the fence that you can see in front of me, and it's generally one of the biggest weaknesses of the heat round, is the inability to fire through a lot of things. So you can see we fire here, penned him, but I fired the wrong part, missed everyone. Second shot straight through the front where the driver can see, killing everyone inside. That shot there, straight into the front of that tank destroyer, instantly killing him. So you can see that we took a shot by the tank destroyer, didn't go through. I'm not sure what it hit, the side panel fell off, so it might have just been that he shot slightly over me, knocked off the panel. Who knows? I didn't really see where the round went, still can't even looking back at it. So we start pushing up here. This vehicle is pretty mobile, but has a low top speed due to the weak engine. And we suddenly notice an LVT. He stops there, so we puts a stop, and he pulls out, gets hit once, hull breaks him. That didn't kill any of the crew or anything, it hit the very bottom of the tank and broke the hull, because the gun does a lot of damage, especially against earlier vehicles like the LVT. It's worth noting that even if you think you can hull break it, don't try, just go for crew. The shot myself was just me making a bad shot and getting lucky with the hull break. I don't know what level of consistency there is with hull breaks. So you see me looking around, watching corners, not really seeing anything, because right now I should be behind the enemy, so I decided to turn around. My original plan was to go up the hill, look around, see if we could spot someone, but I spot someone on my right, and the little red marker appears on him. I spot someone there as I'm lining up the shot, about to fire, the Puma falls in front, I'll let the Puma take him. However, you may notice the Puma didn't actually kill him, so, you know, I see some sort of vehicle over there, tried to take a lucky shot. It was, you know, it wasn't going to make it, but why not try? I got a shot from the right hand side, which does penetrate, but doesn't actually kill anyone inside the tank. Second shot penetrates as well, because he fires into the non-spaced armor on the turret, goes straight through, killing 2 of the crew. And then I get hit by the Valentine. Of course, there's a larger and longer gun, kills me in 1 shot. Okay, so let's see how the Panzer-III does when coming up against things of its own battle rating and higher, so it won't come up against anything below battle rating 3 in this particular match. So, going down the long road on the right hand side of the map, I always like going down here, I just prefer it to the rest of the map, and proceeding to an area where I can take cover to protect the perhaps weaker spots inside from any of the enemy's potential attacks. If you do this, you are quite reliant on hoping that your teammates hold the road on the left of here, because that area leads straight through, so if they push down there and come in, you'll be shot from behind. So you get hit the commander, only the commander, return fire, but the angle he's at is just too hard to pen, especially when he has angled armor anyway. He's angled in 2 ways, it's not going through. You can see him hitting someone else, you can't really tell what it is right now, but that is a Churchill. I knocked out the loader on the Churchill there, and there you go, you can see him now in the top right corner. I don't know why it's showing him mostly just the shrapnel damage on the Sherman, but it is, even though I'm hitting the Churchills directly. But War Thunder will do as it pleases. But most of these shots, hitting, not penetrating, rather ineffective, I'm sure you'd agree. So try throwing out some artillery, maybe get some lucky hits, but it's just, you know, it's probably not going to happen. That tracks that guy. We're taking shots, they're not penning. These are 2-pounders that are firing at us right now. One of the Churchill dies. The one that was tracked has died, I think. We get another hit, no pen. It's really hard to get a good shot from here, so I'm trying to stay in cover as much as possible. A lot of these shots are pretty useless. They, you know, as they fire back, nothing really happens. We're both quite heavily armoured. He actually hits the gun there, breaking the gun, but the round didn't go any further than the gun. So all we have to do is repair that, and then we'll be fine. We can see that, you know, the T-34 on my right is also struggling. He's not really got a gun that can kind of match up with him. He's got really good armor. The sloped on the front's really hard to penetrate, but his guns, still, I mean, still probably pens a bit more than mine, but still has trouble doing it. See the M4, we hit him, the round bounces because we hit his barrel sort of weird, which bounced it off. The next shot after that, straight through, killing everyone except for the commander and the bow gunner. Another shot gets eaten entirely by the machine gun. That shot goes straight through, hitting no one. Then that shot finishes him off. So that's the M4 Sherman dealt with. As we push down here, I'm thinking, we've killed the Sherman, we saw another Churchill die, there's one Churchill down here, let's push him, get him killed, deal with some other people. Now, I don't know if there's anyone else there, this is a massive gamble, but here's the Churchill right here. I fire, bit of a bad shot, just damages his tank, doesn't really do anything, and we get shot from behind, straight through the back of the turret. The Churchill in front fails to pen, but look down there, see a 3-inch gun carrier, and die. So, overall, how do I rate this vehicle? I think it's brilliant in down tiers, absolutely incredible in down tiers, but when you get up tiered, it's a little bit below average. But that's expected from an up tier, that's the idea of being up tiered. But overall, it's pretty good. It's not the fastest vehicle, but accelerates at a decent speed, and it moves well when you're trying to maneuver it. It's quite small, so it's a hard target, lots of spaced armor, so it's good against heat. The armor's decent thickness, especially in the down tier, very good. The gun's alright, has a lot less drop than you'd think from a short 75, 100 mils a pen, pretty good. The rounds do struggle with modules and penetrating through them properly and damaging, but if you don't hit a module, there'll be a lot of shrapnel thrown around the enemy tank. So overall, it's a pretty good vehicle, and we're going to put it on this leaderboard here. This leaderboard will have more things put on it as more videos are made, and you'll be able to see how it stacks up against other vehicles and whether they're worth more or less than the Panzer III-N. Thanks for watching. This is the first ever video I've made, but I spent quite a lot of time streaming, and I have been for quite a few months. The links are in the description below if you want to join us and ask any questions about the video, or just come along to watch my streams. So thank you. Also, I'll try to respond to any comment that is made on this video.